Okay. Okay, so I wanted to do this video to just give an introduction to this Introduction to Modern Dance class, and to say that all of the all of the videos that I'm going to post on this channel are from the sequences that we've been doing in our Intro to Modern Dance class and material that we'll use going forward. But I wanted to make this video first, just as a kind of introductory summary of the elements of this approach to modern dance. And it's an amalgam of ideas that I've learned from my studies, say with Humphrey and Limon and Horton and classical ballet and release technique. But it's just, what are these elements? These are some building blocks, main areas that you can understand, that you can use to understand how we're going to approach the dance in this course. The way I was thinking about it is that we were approaching it from the perspective of looking at alignment, right? That we're looking at how the body stands, how the skeleton aligns, where the weight falls, how the posture is, and that's important for a sense of stability, balance, dynamic equilibrium. So we're looking at alignment. We're looking at also what I would call articulation, which is just the movement of the separate parts of the body. Sometimes that's in isolation, where you're moving only one part separate from all the others, right? Maybe a shoulder isolation, or a hip isolation, or a rib isolation. And also the coordination, where you're moving parts in relation to each other, where the different parts of the body move together. So it's articulation in isolation and in coordination. I'm thinking also about spatial awareness in the sense of direction, your own bodily presence in the space, your forward space, your backward space, your right space, also in terms of the actual space in the room. We've been working with the terminology of downstage and upstage and stage left and stage right, and thinking about the space that you're in and what those directions are in this universal way. We've talked about having a space right around yourself that can be like your own box, and then thinking about your facings in your corner 1 and your corner 2 and corner 3 and corner 4, your different facings around that one box. So I'm thinking about dance also, right, in this terms of spatiality and directionality. We also used our walking patterns to practice this, right? Walking directly forward in our sagittary plane, turning and walking sideways and getting these directions as we were facing different directions in space. Combining that also with the flocking exercises that we were doing to practice moving through space together and feeling each other's directionality. So that was all about addressing the element of spatiality. So that's, like I said, alignment, articulation, spatiality and directionality, and then timing, sense of time, movement that happens in space and in time, right? So you've got this sense of what's the feeling of the timing or the rhythm or the speed, and we were working on things in terms of working together in unison or having a canon where there's a delay. So we had that element in the sequences that we've been studying. We also had a sense of flexibility or range of motion, right, that we're working to try to extend how much motion, how big of a circle, how far can we move, how large of a step, how long of a reach. So we're looking to increase flexibility and range of motion. We're also working on not only space and time, but then the dynamic quality, right? What's the texture of the movement? Is it something that happens quickly? Is it sharp? Is it fast? Is it percussive? Is it slow? Is it smooth? Is it languorous? Is it, what's the dynamic quality of the movement that you're using to express? And, Laban is one of the dance theorists who created a whole study of science of these different movement qualities. So we can also just look at it in terms of a dynamic quality. And then we were also going to towards the end of the course, I wanted to work on these elements more, dynamic quality and expressivity, how movement becomes something that can carry feeling and intention, how we can use it to we move because we want to do something. I want that thing, so I reach for it. Or something causes me to be concerned, so I pull back from it. Or I want to say something to you. I want to get your attention. I want to communicate something to you, and so I move in a certain way. So the way that movement has this element also then of expressivity, both in intentionality and in the sense of expressing feeling and in the sense of communicating, right? And then lastly, I was going to say we were also going to work on this sense of like dancing with others and how we come together and in interaction with other people's bodies in space and time. And that kind of interaction that can be a manipulation, like some of the sequences, the practices we were doing at the end of class with the mannequins and those practices. So I was planning on the course starting out and looking at, like I said, alignment, articulation, spatial awareness, range of motion, flexibility, and timing, and then getting into later on the dynamic quality, the expressivity, and the movement together. So I'm hoping that even though we now face these new constrictions on our training process here, that we'll still be able to go deeper into, to continue practicing and developing the first set of qualities that we've been working on, but to still find ways to add this other set of qualities and to look deeper now into dance as expressive gesture and dance as involving different, not just where you move the arm or the hand, but what kind of dynamic quality you do that with. And dance is something that we do together. And this is going to be our challenge, to figure out how we can still dance separately together. And I think that's going to be one of the more fun and creative parts of this second part of the course. So that was what I wanted to do with this video, just lay out those elements and say a tiny bit about them so that you have that as a summary. And I can write that up for you. I have it in my notebook, and I can put that online for you all to see, so you have those elements as well. Okay, I thought this would be useful. Great. We'll go to the next. That's all. So I thought that would be useful, like I said, and I think that it'll be valuable for you to just keep that as your outline. And I'm really looking forward to investigating these next parts and developing ways for us to explore those other elements in our own environments. And I'm looking forward to hearing your suggestions and your ideas also for how we might do that together. Okay. Thank you. See you again soon.